scene, so she don't care if there's a little bit of a lag or whatever when I actually start. And record button. Okay. Thank you guys again, by the way. It's gonna be really weird to see you without a... Okay. Well, here goes nothing. And I'll be recording in like 5 seconds or so. Hi guys, thank you so much obviously for coming to the speech. It's just about animal abuse. Alrighty. Animal abuse is seen around the world, whether it's in the United States or in India. You see articles, pictures, and videos about it, either being a person stopping a person from continuing the violence or seeing the act of violence done to the animal itself. This is not limited to just pets, but also wildlife or even lab animals. Through years of study and research, animal abuse has been connected to criminals in the making or connects many criminals together from starting out with animal abuse as a child. In a study done in 1985 by Human Relations, they found out that the results showed that aggressive criminals had on average a significantly higher percentage of reported childhood acts of animal cruelty than compared to non-aggressive criminals or even innocent people. With this, I'd like to share more facts that you did not know about animal abuse cases, connecting it with domestic violence cases and crime rates. After multiple studies, researchers have concluded that people who have been found guilty of animal abuse are also more likely to have or had abused other human partners, according to the Chicago Police Department. I would know as well, being a child who grew up in a family of both animal and domestic abuse, but it is always good to hear confirmation. I would always defend the animal, no matter even if they listen to me or not, but sometimes it can't be helped and you're stuck in that situation of what to do. I can also tell you of other peers that I've met that have also dealt with these types of situations, and it is never pretty. In addition, from the International Journal for the Study of Animal Problems, they share an article explaining that children abused by parents or other household members are also related and have a higher percentage of animal abuse or neglect also found in them as well. Now, I understand not everybody purposely hunt for this information, and I know many do not like to watch those ASPCA commercials with the sad animals. They're always asking you to donate and help them out. However, I do know that it's important to educate yourself and inform on what is happening around us, and I think it's good, honestly, to have it sit in people's minds. Continuing to look at statistics and relations between animal violence and domestic violence, from For All Animals, an animal welfare organization, they share information and citations to multiple articles that continue to support this connection of animal abuse and domestic violence. In one of the articles referred to, women at domestic violence shelters were almost 11 times more likely to have a partner that hurt or even killed their pet other than just the women. This is personally unsettling to me, but it's not all they pulled. The number 11 seems to be a running theme, as in another reference they shared, people with a record of animal cruelty were 11 times more likely to have committed some form of sexual homicide. They also included that teens who had animal abuse on their record were 6 times more likely to commit sexual homicide. For further understanding, I actually looked up what sexual homicide was, as I did not know previously. This has been generally explained to be the killing of their partner for some sexual pleasure, and that was definitely the most unsettling information I had to learn about. On the Humane Society of the United States website, it also includes statistics like, did you know that roughly 1 million animals per year die or pass from abuse in some kind of household? This is not a number that includes, again, the other situation I've talked about before, being like there's experiments, there's going to there's an entertainment like SeaWorld or circuses or even like dog trainers. And that's honestly not, I don't even want to think about how many more animals there are. When I came into this, it's actually originally thought maybe 500,000, not of 1 million though. And I was not able to find though in the end a collective number of how many animals from, again, the pets, lab animals, circuses, entertainment stuff. But I have a feeling that it's already going to be reaching nearly 3 million, as I was able to look at the ASPCA website for more. When you look on there, they also talk about that approximately 1.5 million shelter animals are euthanized, with 670,000 of them being dogs and 860,000 being cats. To be clear, this does not state how much they are responsible for, but it is still a number indeed to account for. This is likely rising from the mainly the kill shelters, which I do know ASPCA does back without really talking about that a lot, but specifically because euthanizing animals tends to be something that happens when there's overflow and or maybe a animal with really bad medical disabilities, having a lot of like medicines to take and surgeries to go for, or maybe just even their old age is what normally causes them to get euthanized. Overall, these are just some of many facts and needs about the numbers of animal abuse cases and how they have a connection to crime rates for domestic abuse. If we assume that the number is around 3,000 million animal deaths per year, and just think about if even 75% of those abusers were also domestic abusers. It's a wild assumption, of course, but with the studies and numbers behind it, it may not be that unlikely. This is not a call to action, but rather an education of reality of the environment around us. Animal abuse is something likely you've all seen before, but sometimes it is something that people tend to look the other way for, turn a blind eye, because it can get pretty messy. They hate seeing the injured animal. They hate having to acknowledge that there are people like that. And I understand that completely. But, I think it's still important that we continue to think about it, even during these times of COVID, even if it's our highest priority. Thank you. Okay, I'm done. Thank God. I actually improv'd a lot of that because I hated some of the stuff. I read ahead so far and I was like, I'm improving. I do know I slipped up a couple times. Yeah, that was my most worried. I was like, oh God, am I gonna be like, that is my worry. Because I know I can give speeches, but sometimes I know that I'll slip those in when I'm still trying to remember. I don't know how long that was. I know it's supposed to be only 5 minutes. I don't know if that was more than 5 minutes, honestly. Okay. I know she said she doesn't want it. The apple fell. Or the oh no.